Hey guys, Pierre here from Into Fly Fishing and welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to look at how to tie the popular Perdigon Nymph. It's a competition style nymph that trickled down into more recreational fishing. It's a very effective fly if you're fishing fast water to very finicky trout. So the materials that you'll use is a long shank nymph hook. This is a grip 8423 in a size 14. The bead, I'm using a 3.5mm copper tungsten bead, countersunk bead. For the thread, I'm using Semperfly Nano Silk 150 denier in white, my favorite nymph thread. For the tail, I'm using Coq de Leon whiting in color light fodder. For the abdomen, I'm using hens. This is called a body material and is designed specifically for Perdigon nymphs. This is the color PBF 34. You can also use other materials such as flash or crystal flash, flashaboo, anything like that. Any flashy material will be fine. For the hotspot in the thorax, I'm using a fluorescent orange Danville's 200. This is 140 denier, flat waxed. I'm also using a section of this to split the tail, as I'll show you now. To create the wing case on the fly, I'm just using a Copic marker. I'm sealing the fly off with a combination of Solares and Sally Hansen's hard as nails. For the tools, a rotary vise would be beneficial, especially when applying the Sally Hansen's and working with a UV resin. Other tools include bobbin holders. I'm using 3 for this fly. Just makes life a little bit easier. Tying scissors, whip finishing tool, and a UV torch to cure the UV resin. So without further ado, let's start tying the fly. First step is to remove a hook from the packet and a bead as well. The bead has a small hole on the one side. I can't really show you. Small hole on the one side and a larger hole on the opposite side. Place the smaller hole onto the hook point first and thread it to the eye of the hook. Then place the hook in the vise as you would normally do and ensure that the hook shank is level and the hook point and the barb area is exposed, as you'll use those as reference points. I forgot to mention that you can also use some lead wire in the thorax area to aid in the build-up of the bulk of that area. I'm going to apply some, this is just some 0.01 inch lead wire. Make a couple of wraps on the shank, like so, and break off the excess. So this will just bulk up that little thorax area and it will keep the bead in place, like so. Push it up against the bead. Now, just behind that lead wire section, attach the thread and cut off the excess. Now run the thread forward, making sure to flatten the thread or open the thread and laying a foundation of thread over the lead wire. Then create a taper from the normal bare shank to the lead wire, like so. I wrapping forward and backwards, opening the thread now and then, creates a nice smooth taper, and stop the thread before you end the bend of the hook. Now take your orange, slightly thicker thread, and cut a section. Place it right on top of the hook. Run your thread a little bit forward to the thorax area and place it on top of the hook, and run the thread back, securing it all the way, making sure to keep the thread, this fluorescent orange thread, right on top of the hook. Put it in your little material keep right there. Now select a suitable feather from your tailing pack. Use some of these here at the bottom. Use this feather right here. You'll see it has great speckles and it's very stiff, perfect for a tail. I'm going to pull them back slightly so that they're level. I'm going to pinch them and take your scissors and cut them from the stem. Measure them against the length of the hook and place fibers at the base and tie in a couple of small pinch wraps. Just want to make sure that I got them right on top of the shank and run the thread back. So now run the thread forward, securing the material. Turn the hook shank, just cut off the excess. Run the thread back slightly, and now take the thread, the fluorescent orange thread, and bring it between the Coq de Leon fibers, splitting them in half. Pull them forward, pull the thread forward, and secure with your white thread, like so. Now you have split the tail, as you can see there. One fiber that's standing out a little bit too much, but we'll sort that bugger out now. Okay. Cut off the excess and run the thread forward, building up that taper. Now I'm going to take the bobbin holder with my Perdigon material in, and I'm going to tie the material in just behind the thorax. I'm going to let that hang freely, and then I'm going to whip finish the white thread behind the eye. Pulling it tight and removing the thread, like so. Now I'm going to start forming a body. For the nymph, opening this material up every now and then to prevent it from breaking off, and wrapping it around the shank, like so, up till you get to the point where you'll start the thorax. And now I attach the thread, the fluorescent orange thread, just behind the eye. Cut off the thread, secure the flash material with your thread. Once that's done, cut off the excess. Right, now just build a slight taper with the orange thread, like so, and whip finish the fly. At this stage, the tying section of the fly is done. Right, now we're going to add our first layer of UV resin. What I like to do is apply a coating on the top of the hook shank, turn the hook around and apply it at the bottom of the hook shank. I then take an old pair of scissors or whatever and just move back and forward over all the material to spread that thin coat over all of it. Might have added a little bit too little, but that's fine. Can add some more. Creating a nice taper to the body, like so. Once you're happy with the shape, I'm going to leave it like that for a second or two and I'll get my UV torch. If you leave it like this, inverted, all the resin will, most of the resin will flow down and settle on the side of the fly. Now I cure with my UV torch. I'll turn the nymph around. So at this stage you'll see that there isn't a wing case in here, so we'll sort that out with a permanent marker right now. So what you can do is you can dig in to your own personal or your wife's nail varnish stash and put a blob of dark nail varnish right on top of the thorax to create the wing case, or use a Copic marker and just color the section darker to create the wing case, like so. And then add another drop of UV resin right on top of the wing case. You'll see that this makes it pop out. Spread it out to the side of the wing case and that it overflows over the bead, like so. Now invert it again, and while it's inverted with the UV torch, just zap it from the bottom. Right. The last step, which is not absolutely necessary, you can leave this out. It's just something that I started doing the last while, is many times the UV resin is quite tacky, and as soon as you touch it, it becomes, it loses a lot of its translucency. So to prevent that, I'm using my Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails. Really clear up a lot of the resin from the brush and apply a very thin coating to the fly, like so. So this will cure very hard, and when that's cured, the fly won't turn opaque or lose its translucency. So there you guys have it. That's how to tie Perdigon Nymph. This fly can obviously be tied on a jig hook as well, with slotted beads. That will make the hook point right up, helping you to prevent hookups on the bottom or on other structure. And many other people use this fly just as is on a normal shank hook as well. I've had success on both styles. I use whatever I have at hand, and I always have these flies in my box. It's really it's effective fly to get down quickly when you want to reach fish in hard to reach places, especially under fast currents and in deep water. I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Please subscribe and like this video, and subscribe to our channel. Until we see each other again, cheers.